Hi, welcome to You, Me and Mediumship. Just a very quick video based on a few questions that have been asked in the past and one quite recent. And it's all about being spiritual. When did you first discover your spirituality, if you like? When did you first become aware? And in answer to that, really, we are all natural spiritual beings anyhow. So it's not something, obviously, that we learn. It's not something that we obviously read a book on and then all of a sudden become spiritual people. Being called spiritual, for me, is simply yet another label to a degree. Because like I was saying, we are all natural spiritual beings anyhow. So nobody really becomes a spiritual person. It would be better, I think, when we become more natural. If we become more natural within ourselves, if we become a natural being rather than label it as a spiritual being, because we are naturally spiritual. We all have that life force flow through us. That consciousness of life force is there. It's been there since, well, forever, basically. It's an infinite force that runs through you and has done and always will do. So how you put yourself out there, that face that you put on, really has absolutely no link to who you really and truly are. So you don't become spiritual and all of a sudden go out there preaching, change your clothes, start wearing loads of bead necklaces and bracelets and all sorts of weird and wonderful things, because that is just a perception for others to think you are spiritual because of what you're wearing is obviously a bit of a mistake, to say the very least. Being a spiritual person simply means being natural and allowing who you truly are step forward. In other words, we don't live a life being who others want us to be, because A, that's very difficult mentally for someone to do that. It doesn't do you any good whatsoever. You are trapped. You are, in a way, a prisoner within self, within your own body, if you like. So it's important that you act the way you want to act and be who you want to be. What we need to remember to some degree is that however we act, whatever we do is fine. But there must be no pain caused to others. It must not cause pain to other people. That's the secret, really. So be who you want to be. Allow that self to shine through, that spirit from within, who you truly are. Don't worry about whether you're going to be labelled as being spiritual or not, because it's totally, totally irrelevant. Be who you want to be. Because if you are in touch with true self, you will understand what being spiritual really is. You don't have to label it as that. Just be in touch with it and allow that to shine through. We are very good, obviously, at painting pictures of ourselves and pretending to be somebody we are not. And I think a lot of people do that, and it does cause an awful lot of stress for people, having to put on that act because they believe that people want them to be a certain way. And that is just a road to disaster, because you can live that life for so long. You can live that lie for so long. before it starts to take effect. So, when we work with spirit, when we sit with spirit, when we get in touch with self, when we learn about self, we naturally become, if you like, that label, spiritual. It's natural to who we are. So how we portray ourselves, whether truly or falsely, it's really dictates how we act. Because if we portray ourselves naturally from within, we will naturally be kind, loving, empathic people if we are truly in touch with self. It will be a natural thing. It's not something you think about. It's not something that you think, today I'm going to do this nice act, I'm going to do that nice act, I'm going to do that for someone. It would become a natural thing anyway, not something that you would think about, not something that you would shout about. If you are quite a hard person, no time for others, etc., etc., the chances are that that is simply your experience, if you like, your perception of life that has been drummed into you over the years, simply expressing itself through you. Because naturally you would not be that way. So if we all act naturally, we are all in touch with self. If we all work with the balance of mind and soul, we naturally would be spiritual people. We do not learn it. We do not have to act it out. It is there within all of us. So there you go. Just a very short video, and kind of answer the question of, I want to be a spiritual person, questions that I get. Hopefully that answers it. Just get in touch with who you are, and it will be a natural thing for you to spend that time with spirit, whether you are into the mediumship side of things, the healing side of things, whatever side of that you are into, or whether you just sit, meditate, and you are in touch with self. And there's a lot of honesty involved with that. When you question yourself and your actions and your reactions to certain things, you learn an awful lot. So get in touch with self, and like I said, being spiritual is simply a label. You are naturally that person. So that's it. Bye for now. Please like, please subscribe, and pop over to the Patreon if you'd like to learn any more. That's great. Thank you, and have a good evening. Bye for now.